Now I've got baby written on me.
Yeah. Why are you dressed as a baby for?
Because I'm just a baby. Why are you not dressed as a baby?
I'm, it turns out, not a baby.
You're an adult.
You. Yeah, I am an adult.
I'm over 18. But not in the brain today. I'm dressed as a baby because today I am going to be playing a baby. And I'm going to be being mean to you. Because children are awful. That's the game.
Yeah, it's good that this poem has a moral to the story.
Yeah.
You've ruined it though by spelling it out.
Cautionary tales are the best types of porn.
Yeah.
That's what Lemon Thieving Whores was all about.
Elephant in the room. Age play is a thing.
Oh yeah.
Isn't it just?
It is indeed a thing.
But it does appear to be something we're both into.
It is. I guess I addressed the elephant in the room by announcing that I am in fact 28 years old at present. So, yeah, definitely not actually a baby.
Yeah.
Because people have an issue with that, understandably.
Yeah.
But we're just playing pretend. Like when we play with pet play, we don't think that we're actual animals.
No.
And when we play with consensual non-consent, we don't think that we're actually consent violators.
Yeah. And when I say you're going to be my slave forever, and then 10 minutes later I'll let you go, that's because you're not really my slave.
Yeah.
And I can't keep you here non-consensually.
No.
Even if we joke about it.
Well, you probably literally could, but you don't.
No.
That's not what we mean by it.
Yeah.
It's not a challenge.
No.
You know, just like... It's not about your ability.
Well, thank you.
It's about your morals.
Thank you for believing in me that I could though.
You can do anything you put your mind to. If you take away one thing from this video...
So many life lessons today.
Right?
Yeah.
Philosophy
so
with
much.
Willow. Christian invited me here. Please comment below why you think that is. I really need to know.
Yeah. Christian, for some reason, said yes to another negotiation video.
Yeah.
That he has to edit all the crap out of.
I don't think you edited all of the crap out of the last one, so I think you're telling porky pies.
If I edited all the crap out of it, it would have been 5 minutes long.
So, you want to address the elephant in the room of age play.
What might surprise folk is that you're not the person being topped in this one.
Correct.
How do you feel about topping as a...
As a little?
Yeah.
I love it. I like to do it lots when I'm playing with people. I really enjoy the subversion of people's expectations. Especially when you're playing in at a play party or in public, when you're wandering around calling someone daddy, and then later on they see you beating the shit out of them. Yeah. People are like, what's going on here? Switches. That's what's going on. But also I think as a little you have a good amount of power over people. That is underappreciated in general. Because I also do bottom as a little.
Yeah.
We've done that before.
It has once or twice occurred, yes.
So yeah, it's definitely not that I'm exclusively a top, but I think I really enjoy that headspace of fun curiosity and a little bit of the innocence, pretending that you don't understand why someone can't do what you're saying when you've got them in a predicament, for example.
Yeah.
I love that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you can be a little bit emotionally manipulative, well, if you really loved me, then you would do this thing that I'm asking you to do. even though it really hurts. It's fun. I like it. And you can just be like really playful. I don't make a very good serious top.
Yeah.
I don't make a very good serious anything. So, I think being little is like a really nice way to like access that and for it to feel natural.
Yeah.
I'm also just quite small in the brain. Like I'm quite little anyway. Like I have control over it, but a lot of the time I feel quite little. What do you like about it?
What do I like about it? When you're looking at dominant female archetypes, they are surprisingly limiting in some ways. Like,
yeah,
or
like
can be.
you kind of have to be like less feminine in a lot of ways. Like you have to be like loud and aggressive and
serious.
You
can't enjoy yourself.
Also, like a lot of the time, the like stereotypes are generally like older.
Yeah.
Especially in porn. Like when I've been on shoots and stuff with other models that are my sort of age, we talk about like how long we'll be able to be like, for example, spanking bottoms.
Yeah.
Most people seem to be like, oh yeah, when I get older then I'll obviously be a top.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Like you don't suddenly stop feeling submissive or bottomy just because you've grown up a bit. Like,
yeah.
It's not a phase, Mom. That's what I think.
Yeah, I agree.
Probably be a switch my whole damn life. And probably a bottom leaning switch. In general.
Yeah.
But not today.
Not today, sir. So yeah, I think there's a lot to not leaning into those stereotypes and archetypes. Pleasure as well, like but tops enjoying themselves like openly is not something you see in an awful lot of femme-dominated porn.
Yeah, which is kind of ironic because you would think that would be like the one place where it would not be so much about the male gaze, but if anything, it's often worse.
Yeah, quite.
Like the tops in porn where women are topping, the women are always beautiful, like pristinely dressed and like really nicely made up, and their hair is done and they just like really put together. Porn where men are topping, like sometimes they look like they just fucking wandered in off the street, which like is fine, but it would be nice if there were like, if it wasn't a gendered thing and it was just like some people get dressed up looking nice.
Yeah, I remember a comment on a Shadow Slays video that I did once, which I think is perfectly fair. I was like, it may have been with Erin. Like they were in like a very elaborate shibari influenced suspension and were being hit at the same time.
Yeah.
And the comment was, situation and bottom look beautiful, top looks like he's just come back from B&Q.
Bet you had as well.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Going along with a shopping trolley with like cable ties. And you have set up your little dominatrix as a ploy to get people to top you more.
Basically, yeah.
So that's how I phrased it. That's my phrasing.
Yeah, that's the reason.
That's how I would frame it to myself if that were me. So
yeah.
So you obviously weren't getting enough topping.
Sure. So the real reason was kind of in line with the conversation we had earlier.
Oh yes, I do remember that.
My partner, Baby Doll, and I have often talked about like stereotypes of domination, and how like it's just never worked for her as a person. Like it's always been like, you should be acting like this, so you should be more strict and more stern and have a very keen set of rules you want to go by and all this kind of stuff, and actually that doesn't click for her at all. But she's fucking great at topping, and those videos are so fucking hot, and they've had a really good response. So it's like kind of just having a way for us to kind of either exploit that if you like, or show it off, or whatever you want. Yeah. And then it kind of becomes like, well, other people kind of fall into that as well. Sometimes there's a little bit and there's a small overlap, or sometimes there's a big overlap. I feel like there's quite a big overlap for you in a topping respect.
I think we've had similar conversations before,
Yeah.
where, because you said sometimes that, please cut this bit out if it's like too much, but you said that she like, people had told her that she couldn't top like that or something, and like shamed her basically for it.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's bullshit, I'll fight a bitch.
Yeah,
because I guess, I don't know, I just don't have any fucks to give, so I don't care if people are going to judge me, I'm just going to carry on.
Yeah.
But yeah, for people with any amount of fucks to give, maybe put off by that, and that's really shitty because we're just trying to have fun. Like, it's not that deep.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's one of the main downsides from a community, from being in the kink community, that people need to be aware of, is that it can be amazingly supportive, and it should be supportive. It should be helping you find out what you need as a person, and it doesn't mean
how to do it safely and respectfully and effectively,
and providing a space for that, and it's like non-judgmental, as long as there's like things overlap well. It's not, but what a lot of the time happens is that you almost get this kind of homogenization of activities.
Yeah.
Which is why if you walk into a lot of kink clubs, everyone's getting fucking flogged.
Yeah.
Over furniture. But that's not all the kink. That's just what's easiest for the majority of people to do in that one location.
Yeah.
And same with attitudes of domination and things like that. Mm-hmm. It becomes a case of we come up with an acceptable, and then when people deviate from that, then it's not acceptable.
Yeah. Even at like age play events, you'll like go and it'll be like, there'll be like the gentle caregivery colouring and shit like that.
Yeah.
And then like sometimes in like the evening there'll be like a play event, but it is almost exclusively littles bottoming.
Yeah.
Even at those things.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And even within the
in the few that I've been to, this may not be the case in all of them.
Yeah. And even, I mean, I'm sure you've had this, but even like weirdly within the age play community, like people frown upon us doing kink. So like, it'll be frowned upon for me to tie you up, dressed as a little girl, or me to spank you, or...
I think part of that is about like respectability kind of thing, because there's a lot of stigma, honestly, from all angles of age play. That's one of the things that like kinksters who don't do age play like to laugh at, like adult diaper people. Non-age playing kinksters love to hate on age players. Vanilla people love to hate on age players. And like the non-sexual age players often, not all of them obviously, but they often love to hate on the sexual age players. Because and it's like fine for anyone to not want to do it. That's fine. We don't need you to do it. Just leave us alone. We just want to be left to do our thing. Because it's like if there's like something on like Twitter or whatever that's like, oh, age players are like pedophiles, is the easy one for people to go to. And then like you'll get a wave of people being like, oh, but it's not always sexual. Like that's the explanation. Like it's like it isn't always sexual. But that's not why it's not.
But the defense is you're not a kid. You don't look anything like a kid.
No.
It's just the headspace. There's so many societally acceptable ways to act immature. Like if you watch people at a football match, are they acting like they're grown adults?
No.
When people are watching Love Island, the most vacuous, basic, content-free programming, not judging.
Content-free programming.
Is anyone learning anything? Is anyone like really getting a deep emotional investment in understanding?
I mean, they are.
I mean, probably a deep emotional investment, but an emotional understanding.
I don't think they're developing their emotional maturity by watching it. It doesn't have to be about that. You can just do stuff that you like.
Yeah.
That end.
Yeah.
And they all lived happily ever after.
Yeah.
So it's all just role playing basically, and it might be role playing to a greater extent, but that's all it fundamentally is. You're just letting parts of yourself be more outside.
Yeah, absolutely.
In summation, it's not that deep.
Yeah.
Very few things are that deep. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk.
Yeah, good TED Talk. Hey, I hope you liked the video. 2 things. If you like what we do, please consider supporting us on Patreon. We get very little support from places like YouTube in terms of ad revenue, so that's the best way of keeping us going. Number 2, if you want another deep dive conversation on a kinky related topic, check out this video conversation between me and Erin Rose about the dangers of rope bondage.